Before you skip this video, understand something very carefully. The fact that you are hearing these words right now could be the sign your soul has been waiting for during one of the hardest seasons of your life. Because deep down, you already feel it, do not you? Something around you has been collapsing quietly. Your energy feels different, your emotions feel heavier, and your heart has been carrying a pain you cannot even explain to people anymore. You smile in front of others, but inside, it feels like you have been fighting battles nobody can see. And lately, it almost feels like life has been separating you from who you used to be, forcing you into a version of yourself you do not fully recognize yet. But what if none of this is happening to destroy you? What if this is the exact moment your old life is ending? Because the life meant for you is finally getting ready to begin. Listen carefully, because most people will miss this moment when it arrives. The biggest changes in life do not come with loud warnings. They come silently, spiritually, and suddenly everything changes overnight. The people who doubted you will not understand what is happening. Even you will struggle to believe how fast your life begins transforming once this shift fully enters your reality. And honestly, if this message reached you today, there is a reason for it. Because your life is about to change in ways you never expected. And after this moment, nothing inside you will ever be the same again. There is a reason your life has felt so heavy lately, and it is deeper than stress, bad luck, or exhaustion. Your soul has been carrying the pressure of a transformation that your mind still cannot fully understand. The version of you that once accepted pain, silence, and limitation is slowly dying inside. That is why certain doors suddenly closed without explanation, even when you begged for them to stay open. That is why people you trusted started becoming distant when you needed them the most. And that is why your heart has been feeling disconnected from the life you once thought was meant for you. You thought life was abandoning you, but in reality, life was removing everything that no longer belonged in your future. Because sometimes destruction is not punishment. Sometimes destruction is preparation. Sometimes everything falls apart because your soul can no longer survive inside a reality that was too small for your destiny. And deep inside, you already know this message is speaking directly to you. You can feel that something unusual has been happening within your energy recently. Even when nothing around you changes physically, something inside you refuses to stay the same anymore. You have been outgrowing conversations that once entertained you, outgrowing places that once felt comfortable. You understood the older version of you. And the painful part is that transformation often feels lonely before it feels powerful. Nobody talks about the night silently fighting emotional battles in your own mind. Nobody sees emotional exhaustion hidden behind your calm face. But hear this carefully. Is the way you see your entire life. The pain you survived was never meant to break your spirit forever. It was meant to awaken a version of you that refuses to live small any longer. Everything happening right now is pushing you toward a future you cannot fully see yet. A future where your current struggles will finally make sense. A future where you will look back at this painful season and realize it was the beginning of your transformation. The hardest part about transformation is that it does not announce itself when it begins. At first, it only feels like confusion, emotional exhaustion, and silent distance from everything around you. You keep trying to return to the person you used to be, but something inside refuses to let you go backwards anymore. And lately, your soul has been exhausted from pretending that everything is normal. You have been carrying emotions that nobody fully understands, because most people only see your outside appearance. They do not see the mental battles, the overthinking, and the emotional storms happening inside your heart every night. There were moments when you almost gave up on yourself completely. Moments where you questioned your purpose, your future, and whether life would ever truly change for you. You smiled in front of people while secretly feeling lost inside your own reality. But what if those painful moments were not signs of weakness? What if those moments were actually preparing your spirit for a completely different life chapter? Because people who are chosen for transformation often walk through emotional darkness before they discover their true power. That explains why you no longer connect with things that once distracted you easily. Your energy has started rejecting environments, habits, and people that no longer align with who you are becoming. Even your silence has changed because your soul is no longer interested in shallow connections anymore. And while others may misunderstand your distance, your spirit understands exactly what is happening. You are being spiritually separated from the life that kept draining your energy for years. Sometimes growth requires isolation, because transformation cannot happen inside constant noise and distraction. The truth is, your life is already changing, even if you cannot fully see the results yet. Every painful lesson, every disappointment, and every closed door has been slowly redirecting your path towards something greater. And one day, very soon, everything that confused you will suddenly make perfect sense. There is something powerful happening inside you right now that most people will never experience in their entire lifetime. Your spirit is waking up to a truth that your old self was never ready to understand before this season of pain began. And the reason this transformation feels so intense is because your future is demanding a completely different version of you. That is why life has been forcing you into uncomfortable situations that tested your emotions, your patience, and your strength. Every betrayal taught you who truly belongs in your life and who only came to drain your energy. Every disappointment shattered the illusions that kept you emotionally attached to the wrong future. You were never meant to stay the same forever. Some people are born to live ordinary lives, but others are pushed through emotional fire because they are meant for something greater. And whether you realize it or not, your pain has been preparing you for a level of growth that will completely shock the people around you. Think about how much you have already survived. There were nights you felt emotionally destroyed, yet somehow you still woke up and kept moving forward, even when your heart felt exhausted. There were moments where life almost broke you completely, but something deep inside refused to let you give up. That strength was never accidental. Your soul has always carried a power that only reveals itself during the darkest chapters of your life. And now, after everything you have been through, that hidden power is finally beginning to awaken fully. The strange part is that the biggest transformation is happening internally before it appears externally. People around you may still see the same face, but inside, your mindset, your energy, and your spirit are evolving rapidly. You are no longer willing to settle for relationships, environments, or dreams that slowly destroy your peace. And soon, the external changes will begin matching the internal transformation you have been experiencing silently. Opportunities will appear unexpectedly. Certain doors will finally open, and the confusion surrounding your life will slowly disappear. The version of you that once doubted everything is about to witness what happens when destiny finally begins aligning in your favor. One day, very soon, you're going to wake up and realize that the person who once begged for peace no longer exists anymore. Because this painful season did not just change your circumstances, it changed the core of who you are becoming. The version of you that tolerated disrespect, self-doubt, and emotional emptiness is finally disappearing forever. And the beautiful part is that You did not become stronger because life was easy on you. You became stronger because life forced you to survive moments that should have destroyed your spirit completely. Every painful goodbye, every sleepless night, and every silent breakdown built a strength inside you that cannot be broken now. There was a time when you kept chasing people who could never truly see your value. You kept shrinking yourself emotionally just to make others feel comfortable around your light. But your soul is exhausted from carrying relationships that only survive when you betray yourself. That is why life has been teaching you the painful art of letting go. Not because you are meant to lose everything, but because you are finally learning what deserves access to your energy. And once you truly understand your worth, your entire reality will begin changing in ways you never imagined possible. You are entering a chapter where your peace will matter more than approval. A chapter where protecting your spirit becomes more important than forcing connections that drain your soul constantly. And for the first time in a long time, you will finally stop abandoning yourself just to keep others happy. The truth is, your future requires a stronger mindset than the one you carried in your past. The opportunities, blessings, and transformations coming into your life cannot survive inside a fearful version of you. That is why this season has been forcing you to heal emotionally while rebuilding yourself from the inside out. And even though the process has been painful, your soul already knows something incredible is approaching. You can feel it in the way your mindset is changing, your energy is shifting, and your spirit refuses to settle for less anymore. The life waiting for you after this transformation will feel so different that even you will barely recognize the person you used to be. If you have made it this far, then understand something powerful about your journey. You were never meant to remain trapped inside the same cycle of pain, fear, and emotional exhaustion forever. Everything you survived was shaping you into the person your future has been waiting for all along. One day you are going to look back at this version of yourself with tears in your eyes. Not because you missed the pain, but because you will finally understand how strong you truly were during the moments nobody saw your battles. You survived nights that almost destroyed your spirit while still carrying hope deep inside your heart. And the truth is, most people will never fully understand what this transformation cost you emotionally. They will only see the stronger version of you that finally rises from the ashes with confidence, peace, and unstoppable energy. They will never see the silent healing, the emotional warfare, and the lonely process that created this new version of you. Because real transformation is not loud in the beginning. It starts quietly inside the soul, while the outside world still believes nothing is changing yet. But eventually, the inner shift becomes so powerful that your entire reality has no choice except to transform with it. And right now, your life is standing on the edge of one of the biggest shifts you have ever experienced. The opportunities you prayed for, the peace you searched for, and the clarity you desperately needed are slowly moving toward you. Even if you cannot see everything clearly yet, your soul already feels that something extraordinary is getting closer every single day. So stop doubting the process that is transforming your life behind the scenes. Stop believing that your painful chapters were meaningless when they were actually preparing you for your greatest breakthrough. Sometimes the universe isolates you completely before it reveals the destiny that was always meant for you. And after everything you have survived, you are closer than ever to becoming the person you were born to be. A stronger soul, a wiser mind, and a heart that finally understands its own value without needing validation from anyone else. The old version of you is fading away forever, and in its place, a powerful new life is beginning to rise. So when your life finally changes in ways you never expected, do not fear the transformation. Because everything happening right now is leading you toward the moment your soul has been waiting for your entire life. And when that moment arrives, you will realize that none of your pain was wasted, because it was all guiding you toward the person you were always destined to become.